guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Farscape. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 21 of season 1 of Farscape. We are getting to the end, and I don't like that. I mean, I like it because the story is getting so juicy, and it seems like the episodes lead into one another. Instead of it being very episodic, it's kind of getting a little bit serialized in the fact that it's a lean in. I am so excited, scared for some reasons, but super excited that we have our own little baby boya. So, okay. He was born with guns. He has weapons. And I'm just like, of course, a boy would be born with a cannon, right? But what concerns me is that peacekeepers might see that as their property, as they are the people that kind of engineered that to happen. And I worry about that because I don't want our little guy raised with peacekeepers because he's just going to be a war machine. I think, I don't know, I know Leviathans are used mainly by peacekeepers as a prison transport, but I'm very curious to get more into Leviathans, especially with now our baby being born, and just kind of we have I have limited knowledge about Leviathans, and I don't know what a weaponized Leviathan, other than it just being a ship with weapons, what else they can do. Can other ships not starburst and it's just Leviathans? Or I'm so curious. But I don't want to find out because we have Crace and we have Scorpy, out there that could possibly take our boy from us. And I will fight tooth and nail. I will bite people. I promise you that. Look, I always tell people, I don't want any kids of my own. I have no motherly nature to me whatsoever, but I am a fierce auntie and I will fight for my nieces and nephews, okay? So don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. I don't know what that accent was. It was kind of who was the chick from White Men Can't Jump? Perez. Rosie Perez, is that what her name was? Where she's like, oh no, you didn't. Or Carla from Scrubs. Either way, when I think of someone you don't want to mess with, it's those two people. So I went Latina. That happened. Anyway, so I'm interested to see how we're going to wrap up this season. This episode is called Born to Bone. Sometimes I do not see these thumbnails. Sometimes I do not see the names. I try not to look at them, but I was looking. I was oh, how many episodes do I have left? Okay, 2. Born to Bone. What does that mean? And now I'm did I actually see that? Is that a real thing? I hope I'm not making it up because I just put it out there for the entire internet to roast me, per the usual. But I'm excited to get into this episode 1 because of Baby Boya. We got John back. We got Aaron back. We did, in fact, lose Jelena, and that's really sad. But I'm also she sacrificed herself to save John. And, that's for a peacekeeper, for her to show that amount of love for somebody and the willingness to do that, I mean, that says a lot about their race, that they have the capacity to be these people, right? We see it with Aaron. We've seen it with Jelena, even, I forget his name, Larac. Even Larac kind of was when he's speaking to Aaron about you could be more, you could do more. That's a very empathetic thing to do for somebody, is to build them up and say you could just be more than this. And that's a big thing for a peacekeeper to say, because they're not really supposed to emote that way. They're not supposed to have empathy and sympathy and compassion. They're tainted that way. So, but they have the capacity for it, which means Crace. Boy, do I not like him. But again, he's an intriguing character because I don't know that much about him. And based off of what I do know, he was a broken boy who became somebody powerful. And now he's going after somebody for hurting him. Daddy issues, definitely daddy issues. But then you have Scorpius, who is kind of, I don't even want to say nonchalant. He is not emotive in the sense that you can't work him up. You can't push buttons. You can't upset him so far that I've seen in 2 episodes. And that's somebody that you have to really watch because they don't mind the people around them and the harm being brought to those people. You can't use those people as tools to get him to do what you want because he doesn't care about them. He's got his goal. He's very, pragmatic. he's headed towards his goal, and like, but he's not like, my whole, being, my whole identity, is hung upon this one notion of catching these people. He just knows what his job is. And then there's Crace, who's just like, is he being a good older brother, taking care of the person that killed his brother, like getting rid of them or bringing them to justice, like to him that means something. And he kind of wears that on him very, very easily to see. So it's really interesting, the two like peacekeeper people that we have, someone who I don't know if they could be contaminated. They're not Sebacean, but they are a peacekeeper. And then the other one who is a Sebacean that's a peacekeeper, who definitely is very emotional. So when he says that somebody has been contaminated, I think also he could possibly be contaminated himself. But I'm super curious to get into these last couple episodes, because when the stories have been leading into one another, I feel like that's when it's like ramping up for a big finish. And if I were watching it live, I'd have to wait a year to find out how it goes. But I don't have to. I can watch the next 3 episodes, the last 2 episodes of season 1 and the first episode of season 2 today. Now. I could do it now. You know what I could also do now? Start the episode. So let's go to Baby Boya. And if I know he has a name. Don't mention it in the comments until he has been named, please. Nathanael told me he gets a name because I was very impressed about my Baby Boya thing. But shh. Okay, now let's go. Hey, with her little boy! Sorry. I'm very excited about the baby.
The peacekeeper scan is directly over us.
Wait, who's at the table? Is that John? Oh, the power's off. They're freezing.
Xander, how come you're not frozen?
Good question.
Our body temperature self-regulates under most conditions.
Oh, that must be nice. Ooh. I forgot what Crace's ship looked like. That's pretty amazing.
Moya is picking up something. Some sort of distress call.
Why are we getting a distress call?
I'm stranded here with my family. We're under attack.
That is a hat.
There's a creature here.
Ah!
Could this be a peacekeeper trick?
Could it be?
The transmission source is coming from an asteroid close by.
Could still be a trick.
You're not seriously considering going down there, are you? For goodness sake, can you see that thing?
You do not have to go down there, your flatulence.
Oh!
Distress call. Directed at us.
Perfect. It's the exact group to do it.
How stupid is that?
What happened to the other guy? It's been a hot second since I watched the last episode. Stark. With the thing on his face. Has Gigi been in the beginning the whole time? This was different, yes? I even think John speaking was a little different.
Unacceptable.
Oh.
There are over 20,000 asteroids of sufficient size to block the Leviathan from our scan, sir.
Then we enter the field and change our angle of projection.
If we do that, we sacrifice maneuverability.
You should do it. Hey, Scorpy!
I thought I might offer a course of action it seems you have not considered yet.
Smaller ships?
Do you think a mother would abandon her child?
They know that she had the baby?
I was in command. Bombard the area with multi-frequency signals.
Stimulate the baby?
Discordant stimuli.
Yeah.
See if I couldn't make the offspring reveal itself in panic. And its mother along with it.
I hate this plan.
Sir, your orders?
My orders stand. Change our position.
Oh, you don't want to take advice from somebody, huh? I like it. You put him in the chair. He's not wanting to help you or do things your way.
Officer Sun, I would appreciate if you would stay aboard.
Oh, what for? Okay, I want to know why Pilot wants to talk to Erin and have her stay behind.
This is the most miserable place I think I have ever been.
Where you see misery, Doggo, I find the end of misery.
You are the least thing on this asteroid that I am allergic to.
She's a plant lady.
Well, she's probably dead by now, which is what I'll be if I don't get off this asteroid.
Dargo snorting from his allergies is hilarious.
Let me explain to you what's going on inside my nose right now.
No, we're good.
Large
We're good.
pieces
We're
of
good.
Green mucus and gunk.
Dargo,
We
Dargo,
can-
no,
we
no,
can stop,
no.
we can stop,
Stop
yeah.
it with the Lux and poetry.
I want to see the monster.
There's some healthy sounding sinuses.
Healthy sounding sinuses. Is it the lady with the weird hat? Is this like in the Australian bush? Whoa. It is the lady with the weird hat. And Swamp Thing.
Help me, help me, help me.
Can you back up? Can you? Your headphones are rad. Can you back up?
Where are the others?
It killed them all. Please help me.
They're dead?
Let's go back to the transport pod.
Oh, transport pod. He will find it. He will attack it.
For her whole family dying, I mean, she's acting crazy, but she's not like crying or upset or anything. Curious. Oh, he got in there. Ah! Come on, guys. Well, now they can't leave. They're shooting up their damn ship.
The access point is secure. It ain't getting back in. We're safe.
I'm crippled. I hit the second fuel pump. You hit the main thruster control.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Are you okay?
Cool.
Definitely internal bleeding.
Oh no! Zan, do things with plants to save him. I don't trust her. I don't trust your headphones are creepy. Take that shit off. Ugh. I mean, I don't know what it does. It probably could be part of her skin.
Moya is having difficulty establishing a connection to her progeny.
How so?
The offspring knows he is different.
What do you expect me to do about it?
You were a peacekeeper. You, better than any of us, might understand what's been done to him.
Yeah.
If Moya
True.
were told, she could solidify his trust in her and us.
You want me to go aboard?
Yes.
Moya give you permission to do so.
But does the baby?
Yeah, true. You can't just show up and be like, hello. Dope.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Excuse me. I wonder if, pardon me, I wonder if it's like the inside of like a peacekeeper ship.
While you're on the offspring's command, I have a direct laser link between us.
Oh, nice.
The only way that peacekeepers could intercept is to be directly in its path.
That could happen.
I need more light.
Does our boya have little DRDs? I wouldn't touch the shining red button. Oh. Okay. It's just light switch. Could have been self-destruct.
The offspring appears to possess a sonic ascendancy cannon.
Told you it had a cannon.
It would be advisable to locate the communications array, as this may be the method the peacekeepers will use to locate us.
He's helping you! Look how shiny and new everything looks.
How did you manage to find it so quickly?
I think I was supposed to.
Is he talking to her? Is it because she has Pilot's DNA that like he like recognizes that? Pilot, peacekeeper, DNA.
Hello?
A cooing ship, I love it. Oh, Grace. Ugh.
What are you doing here?
Admiring your quarters, Captain.
He's got a chair like that in his quarters.
You have continually failed in all your duties. Your vector for success has grown quite small. Stray outside it, and I fear this ship will soon be in need of someone else to command her.
Me. By me, I mean Scorpy, not me.
Just swallow it.
Well,
Swallow it, you big baby.
This herb will stop your internal bleeding. Would you rather I cut you open, Dargo?
you're no surgeon.
Exactly. Now swallow.
I don't trust you.
So, how many in your group did you say?
41 originally.
Stop sniffing him.
The creature gets ravenous often. John, we need more Kishmot root.
One quick trip to the pharmacy coming up. Out the door.
Why is she sniffing everybody?
You smell different. You smell like up there. Your olfactory senses are very good. I am also Flora.
Yeah, she's part plant. Why would you laugh at that? Sounds about right.
You're a plant?
Yeah.
Always have been, John. Why does it bother you?
No, I like her even more. I'm a plant lady.
No, it doesn't bother me. I just never suspected. You're a vegetable?
Everyone knows that Delvians of Flora evolved.
Everybody, except John. I'm not surprised by it. I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm not surprised.
I have cartilaginous fibers instead of bone.
Yeah, that's true. She always says fibers.
The blue?
Chloroplast tintation. The yellow highlights are stomata for the transpiration of water.
That's why she loves the sun.
That's why you like the light so much.
Yeah, I got there quicker, John. Photosynthesis. I love John learning about her, and he's just like really giddy about it.
It's coming.
The beast? The monster?
Better pick it up.
You go after I finished.
Emily!
Why is Emily just running off? I tell you, I don't trust her. Maybe Zan can talk to this thing. He doesn't seem like he's, like, prowling or hunting. What? Ha! That was dope. That was dope. I don't know why it took until the end of the season for us to see her do that, but dope. Hey, Swamp Thing. Uh-oh. I mean, I think I'd be scared seeing somebody go, like, invisible to a person again. He probably scared the monster.
The creature will take your friend to his eating grounds before killing her.
Tell me how to get there.
I can't. You just have to know it. I'll take you.
No. It's too dangerous.
That seems...
I can smell him long before you ever know he's around.
I'm much better off than Zan. Go.
Fine, come on.
I don't trust you, Emily.
This is where the eating is done.
Is there another place you could have taken Zan?
What is going on with her? Oh, this is her eating spot. She gonna eat John.
I'm feeling hungry.
I'll get you some food as soon as we get back to the transport.
Pokers, pickers.
Do not go squirrely on me here, all right?
John. Yeah, your lunch. Oh. Wait. Okay, see, I didn't trust her. Oh, hey, Swamp Thing, calm down.
Not your enemy.
He's also part plant. I like him.
Your bridge officer and her crew seem to appreciate the merits of my suggestion.
You've gone too far, Scorpius.
Has he?
You have directly questioned my command.
Does it make you upset?
If my actions were under examination, I would have been recalled.
You were.
You were recalled.
Yeah. And then you killed her. The other one that knew.
Do you forget that I have seen your memories? That I have witnessed the execution of your second officer?
When I bring in the Leviathan's offspring, it will forestall any of those charges. Now,
Will it?
get out of my quarters.
I'll tell the bridge officer we won't be changing our course.
I mean, they're still in pursuit of the same thing, which is Baby Boya, but I like that Christ isn't getting what he wants. Makes me happy.
I find this atmosphere very thin. The slightest exertion leaves me unable to speak. I had no breath left.
Oh, interesting.
John, Emily's a calcivore. She's a feeder of bone.
Calcivore?
Just your skeleton. The flesh is left to rot.
That's what the pile of flesh was. Okay.
She said you were the monster.
My parents believe so too, but it was just a phase all children go through.
Bernie is a scientist, John.
Scientist.
I like Bernie.
My ancestors seeded this barren asteroid over 300 cycles ago. I simply led the first team of harvesters.
What happened to the rest of your team?
Eaten.
26 in all, including my mate.
Aww.
They first encountered Emily in her dormant state, John.
Okay.
She was cunning enough to live among us for some time and discover our weaknesses.
What are hers?
Yeah, what are hers?
Satiation. After she's eaten her fill of bones, she reverts to the passive creature you experience.
Are they able to communicate with Dargo to tell him that?
And after she's eaten one of us, the others will have a chance to kill her.
Bernie, that's a little unacceptable.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot unacceptable.
It's not your choice, I'm afraid. It's hers.
Especially on a planet with that abundance of plants and there's no animals or other predators.
Do you understand what's happening? If they try to communicate with you, they are called peacekeepers, and you must understand they are not to be believed.
Oh, Pilot's eyes are really sad.
Look, it's true, in a perverse way, you do come from them. But so do I. Look, I wish there was more time for this, but there isn't any time. You are going to have to decide if you will trust your mother, if you're going to trust me.
I love this. Jeez, Pilot. Aaron can understand this? Good boy. Did he just print a plant? He just 3D printed a plant.
That is a very impressive machine. My aunt had one. Come on, Zan, let's go.
My aunt had one?
There is no way I'm gonna let Zan go out there alone with you.
And no way will I let that beast destroy everything my mate died to help accumulate.
We'll be all right, John.
Hopefully.
After she's with your friend, I'll return. And together we can help transport all the vials onto your ship. That is my one condition, but it is non-negotiable.
Take it. Take it. John?
Fine.
Good.
Go.
Okay.
If you're not back in an arm, Emily won't be the only one hunting you down.
Thank you, John.
Capiche?
Capiche? The plant's like, what's that mean? I like how John is being protective of his crew. I love it. Is Emily here? I think she like really wants to eat John. He does seem tasty.
I'm hungry, John.
What happens if you feed her a vegetable? Maybe she might like it. Is there any calcium-rich vegetables? I mean, I don't know enough about vegetables to know which ones are calcium-rich.
I've been here the whole time. I've heard what you said about me. Didn't tell you all of it.
What's all of it then?
His people brought my ancestors to this asteroid for a purpose. To rid it of all herbivorous life forms.
I think the plants were doing
So what
that,
are you
right?
saying, Spiky?
Spiky?
Saying there used to be planet-eating life here?
Thousands of creatures. Plenty of food for my ancestors.
Bernie's kind must have known that your people would eventually decimate the food supply.
They expected us to do their dirty work for them and be long dead by now.
How did you survive?
Eating the people.
In the end, we only had each other.
She ate her family. Oh my god.
So what did you have in mind?
I will control my hunger, and you will provide me access to a more permanent food supply.
You want me to take you with us?
It's like offering her a buffet.
Benny knows where my kind lives. Make him tell you, and then take me there.
You have got to be kidding me, right?
I mean, I feel bad now knowing that she ate her family. That's crazy.
Direct composite capability enabled. Vaporization charge imminent. Right.
Okay, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm excited to see it, whatever it is. Oh, the cannon. Okay.
The cannon is active.
Can the peacekeepers detect that?
Can't fully explain it, pilot, but this ship and I seem to have reached a bit of an understanding.
Moya, too, is encouraged. Communication with her offspring is improving.
Aww.
She thanks you, Officer Sun.
Amongst all these peacekeeper systems, I feel quite at home.
We couldn't be happier. You deserve a home where you're wanted.
Oh, thanks. Jeez.
Maybe you ought to stay there.
Maybe you and I ought to have a little one-on-one when I get back, Rigel.
I would like to see that.
The problem with this, then all you have...
Thank you, Chiana.
The only weapon we've got is that kid.
Mm-hmm.
I am not dragging this ship into a conflict not of its making.
Yep. Thank you, Aaron.
Who said we had a choice?
There's always a choice.
What are you doing here?
Surprised I'm not Emily food.
Swamp Thing here ain't the Mr.
Oh, he called him Swamp Thing. See? See?
You forgot to mention how your ancestors brought Emily's people here, didn't you?
No one here is innocent. I don't think it's really our business to make a judgment here.
My report to High Command.
Guess who's back?
Shall I bother reading it?
You'll hear it all multiple times at your inquest.
Inquest?
Disobeyed direct orders. Murdered a fellow officer with premeditation. Sacrificed 18.
Why is there a statue of Rigel over there? Was that just a Hynerian, like, head? Like taxidermy? Oh, I hate him even more. I hate him even more.
I personally intend to see you stripped of rank and office.
So you can take command of my carrier?
I already have.
Get off my ship!
I've got my money on Scorpy. Although they're just doing a pushing match. There's no hitting. What was that thing coming up out of the ground? Is it like a little trap? Little box? Get control over your emotions, Grace.
Why must you force me to display my physical superiority to your kind as well?
Holy shit. Oh, Scorpy mad? Scorpy scary.
If you were to fight anyone,
calm.
Attack your executioner.
Executioner? Oh, God. Well?
Emily took Xander. I tried to fight her.
She took Xan. Did she take her alive?
I'm not sure.
Did she... I don't... Sounds stupid. Does Zane have bones? I don't think so. She has fibers, right? So she's not, like, completely edible to Emily? I don't know. I'm trying to remember the conversation they had at the beginning of the episode.
Where are you, little lion sack of spikes?
Sack of spikes.
You said you wouldn't hurt us, said you weren't gonna eat any of us? Then you haul Xan off and... Bones. You son of a idiot!
What? What? Bones. Son of an idiot. What? Explain. Oh, Bone to be Wild. It just now clicked the name of the episode.
So, the baby's real dad, yeah?
Yes. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Is he fast? Faster than his mother?
Yes, Rigel. Fast enough to take you out of here if the peacekeepers get too close.
Jerk face.
Chiana, would you come here for a mic crop, please? Now let me get something straight.
Oh!
Both of you. Moya will not leave here without her offspring, and he will not leave without her.
Where does that leave us?
Very close to being thrown off this command if you don't shut your whack-it hole.
Oh,
Any sign of Crichton, Sam, or Dargo?
Pilot's still checking.
Good. Well, if they're not here in an on, we go and look for them.
She must mean you.
Yeah, you're gonna get fed to the bone lady.
Back already, you made good time. Do you have the charts?
Yeah, somebody's sniffing you. Drop kicker.
No, don't kill me, please. I came to talk.
Why is she blue? Did she eat?
You're no longer the feral beast. That means you've eaten.
Did Zan give her some calcium-rich, like, vegetables? That's what I'm wondering. Soil has calcium, right?
What, who did you eat?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I used all my remaining calcium to present myself in this way.
Why?
So...
Oh.
You listen. I'm starving to death.
Oh, the ASMR is awful.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to offer you.
Please, anything. Anything.
Except there's a ship of beings out there, thousands.
A peacekeeper ship?
You can have as many as you can lay claim to.
How do I get that?
They're coming soon. As soon as we start the engines and blast off from here.
You promised.
Thousands.
I will control my urge.
Oh, Dargo, that's devilish. He turned her into a weapon.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'm very, very slow.
Uh-huh.
Zan's a Delvian. No bones. Fibers instead of bones, so... No calcium. And them Lee's got a great nose. So what would she want with Zan?
She doesn't have Zan. What did he do? He wants Zan. Oh, because he doesn't have that type of plant. He was intrigued by her being a Delvian.
Please,
Did he make her small? Oh my god! I didn't even pick up on that. John, you smart boy, you.
Damn, where's the button on this thing? I can do it, I can do it.
Behind you, behind you.
From my machine.
Why would you do this to her?
She's a Delvian. Until today, I could only dream of sampling such an incredible species.
Collector. Gross.
She has a name. It's Zan.
She is not dead, nor will any harm come to her.
She's being kept in a jar. Yeah.
Through her, we might discover medical cures even our future dreamers dare not envision. Is that not a fair trade-off?
No.
Not to her, and not to me.
I will shoot you.
Nah, I don't think so. Not without the chalk and oil cartridge.
Oh, good, with clothes. Did she just get some of his... No. I thought maybe she just got some of his DNA. But he got sliced in half.
You okay?
Are you?
Weird sensation.
I bet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love how these relationships have grown so much.
Dargo told me there were others coming called peacekeepers. I will try to hold on until then, but I must eat something now.
I mean, what's his face is still on the ground there, right?
We have bones. Her knee.
There is much cruelty in the universe.
Yeah, we seem to have a treasure map to it.
Very much so.
Bon appetit.
Bone apple teeth.
You'll find your way back there, Sam, when insanity isn't chasing you.
I'll never be able to go back there again, and you know it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to either.
Then, those miracle plants will be found by someone else. In the great scheme of things, it's all the same.
Point well taken. When did our roles become reversed, sweet Dargo?
Look at these two.
Officer Sun.
Yes, pilot.
Moya has asked me to relay to you how well she and her offspring are communicating now.
Yay.
All thanks to you.
Oh, pilot, I did what I had to for the good of the ship.
The ship has notified me that the offspring now needs a name.
Oh, we do get a name.
And she would be extremely honored if you, Aaron Sun, were the one to choose his name.
I'm gonna cry. Don't end the episode without me hearing it. Oh, come on.
I want a 3-point grid search of every square dent of this asteroid.
Sir, we found a survivor.
Oh boy.
She spent time with the fugitives and may have information that's useful to us.
She told you, or they told you.
I'm all alone here. They killed my family, please.
He can sense things.
We must know when to be strong and when to show compassion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is he gonna kill her?
As a matter of honor, Sometimes we must be willing to give of ourselves.
Oh, that's the way they're gonna end it. I don't get a baby name, and I don't know if Scorpy is chunky or extra creamy. Woo! Okay. Gosh, what a Farscape episode. Yes. Okay, so different locations that we have to talk about. I might as well start with the asteroid itself with Emily and oh God, what's his name? Briar? Anyway, okay, so it's funny because I was like, I don't trust her. She's people. My human instinct is no. I love that now people kind of had made jokes in the comments, and you're not as clever as you think you are, that you implied that Zan is a plant. But I also was just like, she's an herb lady, you know, Ayurveda is her thing. Like, so I see a lot of me in Zan. Like I burn sage sometimes just to feel like I'm exorcising bad air. You know what I mean? So I kind of already knew she was a plant, but like she a plant. Like her fibers, when she's like, I damaged my fibers. I was like, in her cloak or like in her clothes? I was like, what does she mean her fibers? Plant fibers. And that's why she loves the sun so much. The invisibility thing, didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. That's amazing. That was wonderful. But while, and I think both species are interesting by themselves, obviously coexisting in the world is like the vegetarians against the meat eaters, right? It's just like the meat eaters are going to want to eat you. Well, I guess it's not the same because it would be plants against animals, but I get bringing in an invasive species to combat predators. So, you know, like us as humans, we have like, you know, hunting things that we do where we eliminate many deer and eat them. Venison is fantastic. I'm definitely a meat eater. I am not a vegetarian. But I will say that like you get like some good venison, cooked medium rare. Woo, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I don't know why I use that accent. Anyway, you know, like you need that for population control over certain animals. But in this case, they eliminated all of the animals that had calcium or bones. And the only people that were left were the people that like brought them there or that came there to then harvest the planet. I get the reasons why, and it's smart because that group of people needs to eat people, animals, things with bones. I don't think they thought that the planet would run out, but if they did, and they were like, well, we'll just leave them and then they can eat each other, because that's essentially what she ended up doing, was eating her family. That's cruel. And I know she can't control her hunger, and she was really trying. Her, like, kind of hugging Scorpius, I thought he was just going to go, because the officer that was talking to Crace was like, can he sense our fears? And, like, just our fears and, did he say, like, reservations? I'm not quite sure. I forgot what he said. But it seems like Scorpius can sense those things from people. So, I mean, I'm sure that, like, in the next episode, she's not going to have eaten Scorpius at all. But, you know, he's got bones. I mean, he's got bone structure, so obviously. He's not a plant, is what I'm saying. There's, like, conversations that I didn't think that I would have. You know, talking about people being plants, people's bones, a ship having a baby boya. We didn't get a damn name. I don't want to jump ahead, but this show makes me speak about weird things, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so back to the planet and figuring everything out. I don't think there really was a resolution, and us showing up just kind of delayed the inevitable, which was that one was going to die by eating the other, or one was going to die by and having the other one eat them. I think that we just kind of delayed that, and you know, like I get him defending himself, but and I don't know if he is to blame, but I'll tell you, shrinking Zan didn't feel innocent. You know, it didn't scream like he's a good guy. He's a collector. He reminds me of the Collector in the MCU, where it's just, you know, you have Howard the Duck behind some glass. Now, Howard himself is a menace in some of the most delightful ways. But, you know, like just keeping Zan because she's a plant and not seeing her as a person. She's a person who is a plant. Or she's a plant that is a person, but she's both of those things. Having her shrink down and like John getting there quicker. I was like, what? What did he figure out? Yeah, we know she doesn't have bones. I don't think she has bones. She doesn't have bones, right? That's what they talked about in the beginning. It didn't occur to me that he shrank her down because he saw her as like an amazing plant that he needs for his collection to help solve illnesses or whatever. And it worked with Dargo. Like there were so many roots and powerful plants that she'd collected and combined, and it healed him completely. So, you know, like I understand that like you can get that, but like people that can walk and talk that are sentient, you know, like we don't put them in jars. We just don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. The fact that he died because of the machine, justice, just as Zan said. I love that. I love that. And I was like, I love this planet, but I very much can see why Zan felt happy and at home here, and why Dargo was like, I gotta get out of here. But I love that relationship that those two have. You know, like she was really trying to take care of him, and he was like kind of fighting it because he's Dargo. You know, he's kind of a brat sometimes. But even at the end, where like they have that exchange about like, how did we switch places? And he's like, well, I did when you needed me to. I love that. John saying like, I don't trust you. Or like if you're with Zan for even longer than an hour, I'm coming after you. You know, like he's very protective of these people. These are his people. This is his world right now, you know. I absolutely love it. Now, let's talk about Scorpy. Knowing everything about Crais and what Crais did and kind of taking control over the ship. I'm not surprised because I think that's probably the thing that Crais feared the most, was losing control over his post, of losing control over his ship, losing his station, being demoted. All of these things, it takes a hit to, you know, his ego. And we know he has an ego, and it's almost like and I don't want to say that taxidermy is toxic masculinity, but when you kill something and then you have to display it, it says a lot. It says a lot. And the fact that there was a Rigel, that there was a Hynerian, like Rigel drives me crazy. And if I were there, I'd want to grab him by his little ear and like tell him what's up and slap him around. I'm very much like everybody else in the ship that just gets irritated with him. He does a great job of being that character. But I don't want to see him stuffed. I don't want to see him splayed out on a table with all of his guts out. Like, I don't want to think of him being tortured in a peacekeeper prison. I still care about him because he's a sentient being. We've discussed this. We don't put him in jars, you know, but we also don't cut them open. We don't torture them. Just saying. Yeah, he drives me crazy. But the fact that they were like, oh, well, let's just get on the boy and go. Like, he's fast, he's got guns, like, let's just take him. And they don't really understand that he is not theirs to be taken. Like, he has a mother, he has a family, you are part of his family, as long as he chooses you to be part of his family. But right now, he needs to be with his mom. And I love that Erin was the key to that. I love that so much. The fact that she has some of Pilot's DNA in her, I don't know if that made Boya trust her more or not, but definitely being a peacekeeper. I think that like there were parts of him that he like recognized, or parts that he knows he should recognize, like Pilot, that like made him trust her even more. And like the honor of Moya like asking Erin to name her baby. You're killing me. You're killing me. So I think we're going to learn in the next episode what his name is. I was like very much like at the beginning, like, don't tell me his name. I don't want to know his name. Don't tell me. I think I'm going to find out. I'm probably going to find out in a couple minutes because I'm definitely going to watch the next episode because cliffhanger much. And I love how like she just was on the ship and he was guiding her and helping her because he had that trust for her and was speaking to her. And I mean, I don't know how a Leviathan speaks, but like it's nothing I've ever seen or heard, and that is very unique to him, and I love that. I love that. I love that. And the fact that he has a cannon. I made a joke about like a cannon because I was trying to think of things that are shaped in a way that says boy. Cannon was the first thing I came up with. I see that me and the writers of this show are very much like we definitely have the same sense of humor, and kind of, you know, dirty minds a little bit. But, you know, I love that, like, he helped her, like, through the command center, that she is now kind of bonded with the baby, and Moya is now bonding with the baby, that they're communicating better. And I mean, you know, like, it didn't take me out, but it took me out in the sense of, like, it made me think of a mother who can't get a child to latch and be able to breastfeed, and that there's a disconnect between the two. And I, you know, again, I will never be in that position, but I imagine it's kind of the same, where it's just like, it's like this being comes out of you and you feel like you know it and you have a relationship with it. And then once it's here, that is different, that energy. And it's just like, oh crap, how do we come together? How do we make this happen? Like, how do I help you? And I feel bad for Moya because she was going through, like, non-latching with her baby. It's really just, I love the writing on this show. It is just brilliant. It is just brilliant. Oh man, I cannot wait to watch the next episode. You know, seeing how Scorpy wraps up that ending, I don't think, again, he's going to get eaten. That'd be an incredible waste of a villain. But we also saw him getting mad for the first time and then calming himself, because I was just like, he's stone cold, he's calm, cool, collected. You know, he's pragmatic, he doesn't get angry. Apparently he does, but when he does, holy moly. Yeah, he's scary. He's scary. It's funny because I'm like he's got a thong in his face, and I'm just like, bah! Like, but I do love that I get excited when I see him. I didn't really expect that. I know everyone's just like, my favorite character, and I'm just like, sure. I wouldn't say my favorite character, but like, I enjoy when he's on the screen. It might be because he's been torturing Crace a lot, and I don't like Crace. I feel bad for Crace. Mildly, kinda. Like, he's definitely a damaged person. But, you know, he also has a penance to pay. You know, he's done some things with very poor judgment. And sometimes you have to face consequences. And he's facing that now. Scorpius is taking over his command. And then, you know, like, Scorpius was kind of like, and then you're going to face your executioner. Yikes. I really hope that they don't get Boya. I really hope that that's not a thing. I hope we can evade as long as possible. I don't think that Emily is going to tell Scorpius anything unless Scorpius puts her in the damn chair. He might put her in the chair. I don't know if we have the chair with us or not, but he might. He's going to get some information out of her, I think. Shoot. I don't really know how they're going to end this season. But I'm really excited to see it. So guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to one episode early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Woo-wee, what'd you think of this episode? I will say that, like, this is the Farscape stuff that I absolutely love. Like, quirky stuff, funny stuff. We got Swamp Thing, right? It shows a lot of heart and a lot of soul and a lot of love. And I think I'm going to be thinking about Erin on the Bridge of Boya for a while, because that was such an important step. That was so important, because she felt at home there. For all the places that she's been, peacekeeper bases, you know, like she's been around other peacekeepers. This is the place where she felt at home. And I don't know if it's because it's like peacekeeper tech and a Leviathan where she's been for the longest time, and because it's part pilot, or because she's part pilot, or pilot's DNA is in her. I don't want to keep saying that she's like pilot, but like there's so much about this that just is like so good that I don't know if they planned it in the beginning. I'm going to say that they did. I don't think this is random. I feel like this has been like part of her story the whole time. But the second that she like said that she felt like she was home, like, she doesn't say that thing. She's always been so afraid that she's going to die alone and that she's never going to have a home again. I don't know, maybe by the end of the series, you know, Boya is hers, and like they go off and they're, you know, traveling the galaxy with each other. I don't want to put that out there because it might not even be true, but as long as he's safe, that's all I care about. And I think with Erin, he always will be. But guys, come back here for the next episode. I'm going to go grab a little snack. I'm going to come back and I'm going to watch the next one, and then possibly episode 1 of season 2. So guys, come back here for that. And in the meantime, I'll see ya. Woo!